Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today, we're counting down our picks for the great songs from the 1960s that have flown under the radar in recent years.
Oh, what can it mean to a daydream believer?
Number 10, Aquarius, Let the Sun Shine In, The Fifth Dimension.
When the moon is in the seventh house.
This one goes out to all the astrology nerds. The Fifth Dimension's biggest hit is actually a medley of two songs from the musical Hair, and it sounds just as theatrical as you'd expect. With elements of psychedelic soul, sunshine pop, gospel, and show tunes, Aquarius, Let the Sun Shine In covers nearly all of the bases of the 60s music scene.
This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius.
Teasing an upcoming age of spiritual enlightenment, the song was a hopeful anthem for the decade's hippie movement. It might be a little early for the mostly 70s soundtrack, but its campy sci-fi lyrics practically scream for inclusion in a Guardians of the Galaxy sequel. Number 9, Something in the Air, Thunderclap Newman. The Beatles weren't the only 60s band calling for revolution. Thunderclap Newman's only hit, Something in the Air, was a metaphor for the changing cultural landscape.
Because there's something in the air.
Although peace, love, and flower power were all the rage throughout the decade, they weren't necessarily getting protesters anywhere in the way of social change. Instead, the edgy song advocated for more dramatic measures of organizing against issues like the Vietnam War, including violence. Even if you haven't heard of Thunderclap Newman, you'll almost certainly recognize a familiar face. Guitarist Pete Townsend first formed the band as a side project from The Who.
Because the revolution's here, and you know it's right.
Number 8, Georgie Girl, The Seekers.
Hey there, Georgie Girl, swinging down the street so fancy-free.
Besides offering serious political anthems, the music of the 60s could also be light and breezy. One of the best examples is the Seekers' Georgie Girl, which instantly begins with one of pop's catchiest hooks. From its opening whistle, the Australian folk pop hit glides effortlessly between cheery and wistful throughout its runtime.
But never stopping to buy. So shed those dowdy feathers and fly.
The story of a frumpy young woman who comes out of her shell following a makeover, it was written as the theme song for a movie of the same name.
Life is a reality, you can't always run away.
Despite being a happy tune, it has little in common with today's empowerment anthems, encouraging the subject to change her style for male attention. Either way, some distance from the 60s attitudes towards women has made it just as enjoyable.
I do, Georgie Girl. Georgie Girl. Georgie Girl. We got Georgie Girl.
Number 7, Build Me Up Buttercup, The Foundations.
Why do you build me up, buttercup, baby, just to let me down?
The subject of their biggest hits might have them taken for granted, but The Foundations remain a 60s soul staple. Much soul music of the time was about a man mistreating a woman, but the group turned gender roles on their head for a song about the exact opposite.
Baby, baby, try to find a little time, and I'll make you happy.
On Build Me Up Buttercup, they also followed in the footsteps of Motown groups like the Temptations and the Four Tops with an added British twist. Not only were they one of the first successful mixed-race groups in the UK, but their vocals on this track are equally harmonious.
Worst of all, you never call baby when you say you will. I love you still.
The song's timeless sound continues to resonate with listeners, even though the Foundations would disband shortly after in 1971.
So build
Number 6. Daydream Believer, The Monkees.
Oh, I could hide neath the wing of the bluebird as she sings.
Decades later, people are still going bananas for the Monkees' signature hits. While the Beatles had long moved on to trippier pastures, the made-for-TV boy band was leaning into their teen pop sound more than ever.
Cheer up, sleepy Jean, oh, what can it mean?
On Daydream Believer, they sang to a homecoming queen over a whimsical bubblegum backdrop. As the group's last #1 hit, it feels slightly bittersweet with an underlying theme of fading youth.
Daydream believer under homecoming queen.
Thankfully, lead singer Davy Jones would later reintroduce the song to a whole new audience, creating one of the best gags in SpongeBob history.
For a daydream believer and a homecoming queen.
Daydream Believer proved that the Monkees were more than just a manufactured copy of the Fab Four. Number 5. A Wider Shade of Pale, Procol Harum. It's about time this song makes a comeback. If you want to know what the biggest Baroque composer would sound like with lyrics and rock-era instruments, look no further than A Wider Shade of Pale.
The crowd called out for more.
Even though Procol Harum is obviously paying homage to Bach's Air on the G-string, the organ-heavy arrangement is still original enough to stand on its own. A Wider Shade of Pale became one of the biggest hits of 1967's Summer of Love, showcasing a subdued side of the psychedelic genre amid wilder offerings from Jefferson Airplane and Jimi Hendrix.
First, just go sleep. Turn the wider shade of pale.
Over 50 years after its release, the song was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2018 as part of their very first round of singles. Number 4. Happy Together, The Turtles.
Imagine you, I do. I think about you day and night.
Slow and steady wins the race, or at least gets the Turtles 4th place. The verses of Happy Together may seem humble and unassuming, but they quietly build to one of the biggest pop choruses of the 60s. Once the minor key turns to major, the song suddenly explodes into a wave of pop ecstasy. However, according to lead singer Howard Kalin, several artists perplexingly passed on it prior to the Turtles. Thankfully, the band was able to recognize the song's staying power in and outside of the 60s decade and claim it for themselves. No matter how you toss the dice, Happy Together will go down in history as one of pop's greatest love songs. Number 3. The House of the Rising Sun, The Animals.
In New Orleans.
Okay, this one technically isn't from the 60s. The House of the Rising Sun is a folk song whose exact origins are unknown, passed down through generations and cultures until landing in the Animals' lap. The band's version, widely considered the definitive one, deals with a narrator down on his luck after getting caught up in gambling in New Orleans. The lyrics never say for sure what happened in the title house, but based on the song's ominous organ, it clearly wasn't anything good.
Tell your children not to do what I have done.
Further adding to its mystique, historians still aren't in agreement over whether the house was a jail, brothel, or even existed at all. Despite telling a cautionary tale, Being bad has never sounded so tempting.
To New Orleans, to where that rolling train.
Number 2, Downtown, Petula Clark.
When you're alone and life is making you lonely, you can always go downtown.
Forget all your troubles, forget all your cares. That's the exact effect of listening to Downtown. Full of hope and wonder, Petula Clark's biggest hit stateside sounds ripped from a Broadway musical.
The light's so much brighter there. You can forget all your troubles, forget all your cares.
Rather than staying inside and moping on a bad day, the British singer suggests immersing yourself in the lights and sounds of the nearest busy city, even pulling off a key change without feeling gimmicky. It's nearly impossible not to crack a smile during Downtown's 3-minute runtime.
Downtown, where all the lights are bright. Downtown, waiting for you tonight.
Numerous artists have since been inspired by the song's message of escapism, with the likes of Dolly Parton and even Baby Spice Emma Bunton releasing their own cover versions, but Clark's stage-ready vocals have yet to be topped.
Things will be great when you're downtown. Don't wait a minute more.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Blackberry Way, The Move. Future ELO members combine psychedelic and classical.
Goodbye, Blackberry Way.
Psychotic Reaction, Count 5. A garage rock staple later covered by Tom Petty.
Can't get a fraction. Oh, little girl, psychotic reaction.
On a Carousel, The Hollies. The Beat Band's Poppiest Hour. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Time of the Season, The Zombies.
It's the time of the season when love runs high.
Just like the creatures that inspired the band's name, this song refuses to die. Contrary to its title suggesting a passing fad, Time of the Season is one of the most enduring songs of the 60s, surprisingly smooth and sensual.
With pleasured hands to take you in this time to promised lands to show you everyone.
The Zombies cult classic marks a turning point for popular music getting less prudish. Between the breathy sound effects and iconic organ solo, Time of the Season conjures an atmosphere equally steamy and seedy.
The time of the season for loving.
Lyrics of the 1960s have rarely been more explicit than here either.
What's your name? What's your name? Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy? Here is he rich like me?
Rhyming pleasured hands with promised lands, the Zombies don't even try to hide what the song is about. Decades after its release, Time of the Season has held on for a reason.
It's the time of the season for loving.
What are your favorite hidden gems from the 60s decade? Let us know down in the comments.
It's time for jumping down from the shelf.